there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on Vancouver Island in Canada. So welcome. Today is Thursday, March the 7th, 2024. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and staying safe. Well, I'm not sure when I'm going to be dropping this video because it is quite late at night. If it happens to be tomorrow, which is March the 8th, 2024, I want to wish happy International Women's Day. So, and it's also my sister's birthday. So happy birthday, sis. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about some fun things that are in store for the next little while. I'm going to say maybe the next 6 weeks. I'm bringing back the mood board Mal. Now, a few people got on board and they did my mood board Mal back in December 2023. We had a lot of fun. So I'll be recapping some of the rules, some of the ideas behind the mood board Mal, and this will be the spring 2024 edition. And it will start now and go all the way until April 30th, 2024. So before I get going on that though, let's talk about what Hank, my man form, is wearing and what I'm wearing. These are 2 crochet shawls, and the one that I'm wearing is called the Dragon Belly Shawl, and it is by Johanna Lendl. All patterns and people that I mentioned down below, YouTube channels, I'll include that in the description box. So if you're interested in finding out more details, just go down there and there'll be all the links to find out more information. And what Hank is wearing, Hank's wearing a crocheted shawl called the Baker, and it is a pattern that is brought to us by Yaga, sorry, I should say Yaga. It is I think it's a Polish designer, but they are in chart form. So each of the sections that you see in the design here is all charted out, and there's accompanying English little descriptor on the bottom on where your repeats need to happen, and I found it quite easy to understand and read. So international language of charts saves the day once again when we are finding that our language in written form is not from our own home. So yeah, this is a great pattern. I love it, and I think there's probably around, at a guess, maybe 12 pages in this pattern. If you're happening across this channel for the very first time, hello. I've set the channel up to talk about all of my yarning adventures. That's in knit, crochet. I do dabble in a little bit of yarn dyeing. I talk about my acquisitions. Where I purchase yarn from, if there's any sales, and the tools of my craft. So if that is of interest, then please stick around. And for those who have come back, I want to say welcome back and a big thank you for the comments that I received. I was having issues in my last episode with a garment that I was making, a shawl, crescent shaped shawl. And it started off with a knitted, it was a knitted garter tab that I cast on stitches, and I had this excess fabric. So it was meant to be a nice crescent shape at the top, but I was getting what I called the infamous mustache syndrome with the extra fabric. So I will retain all of the helpful wisdom and knowledge that you've bestowed on me for the next make, and I have made shapes like crescent shapes before and haven't had the issue, but for some reason this particular pattern I was on gave me that problem. And I've got some post tips as well. Now it's already finished and cast off. You also offered up suggestions on what I could do post fix up. So there was a single crochet, a couple of rows on the top to kind of like iron out that roll and maybe straighten everything up, which I'll have yet to try, and I'll get back to you on that to see how it all turns out. And for the people who use the affiliated link in the last episode as well, I was given a We Crochet discount code, and people have gone across and they've used it at no extra cost to them, but for the channel to support it, I got a kickback, a very small one, but it will come back to me, I think, after a certain amount of time. I'm not too sure how that works, but I'll use those funds and put it back into the channel to buy more yarn, so I can give you my experiences with new things that come through. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So now we'll talk about the mood board Mal, the Spring Edition 2024. The rules are a little different from the last one, which was in December of 2023. And I'm going to link where I talk about the mood board from that month. So if you want to backdate and sort of like go backtrack and see what a mood board is all about, I will cover a little bit here, but not as extensive as the one that I presented in December. The people who had submitted their mood boards, all wonderful, loved all of the emotions that were evoked and represented in their collages. And this time around, we're going to be doing the same. We're going to be doing the mood board to evoke an emotion, but we're going to use a song. So we pick a favorite song of ours, which evokes an emotion, and we create a mood board to the song. Now, in the previous one, we did words. We put some words on the mood board to express what kind of mood it was that we were evoking. And this time around, what we're going to do is just put a line of the lyric, not the whole song, just one line of the lyric or part of the lyric into the mood board so that we can see what part of the song, because songs have so many flavors, so many verses, so many angles that it might be hard to encapsulate the whole kind of feel of the song. But one line that resonates to you will go onto the mood board. I'll show you some examples. So if you're feeling that you're getting a little lost with what is required for the mood board, then that'll give you some ideas and hopefully make it a bit more clearer on what I want to be sent in to me. We're also changing it up as well because we're going to be creating something to the mood board. So we will create our favorite crafting style of garment, whether it's an accessory or something to like wear, more fitted wearable. So it's open to any project. It could be also decor. You could be making a lap gown or a pillowcase cover. Anything goes. Placemats on dining room table. Perhaps maybe one of your songs is a carol or a special holiday song that evokes, a table setting. You might want to design your own placemats. The stipulation that I have for your makes is that we use something like 75 grams of yarn. So we're not just making a small, like a origami circle or ping pong size kind of like round circle. You can make many of them and then you could make your 75 grams. But we're going to be using our mood boards for the color inspiration. And what I've chosen are songs. Many of them happen to be female artists, which I think is great because we are embarking on a National Female Day. So Women's Day, I should say. And and I have 3 of them out of the 4. Now, I'm not going to be doing all of these in the time frame of now until April 30th, 2024, because some of these projects are larger than life, but I've put them all together so that we can get a sense of the direction and also what kind of yarn choices and, the types of mood boards that are out there. So really super excited. So if you have any questions, please do go ahead and ask me them in the comment section down below, and we'll try and clear them up before the end of, so they can get a good head start on the projects, and we'll have what's left in March and all of April. And what I'll need you to do is send me a photograph of your mood board as well as your make through my email. And my email is, what is my email? It's urbanyarn101@gmail.com by April 30th, 2024. And in doing that, you're allowing me to add these into a slide presentation. The last one went really well. I'll also include the link down below to the December 2023's mood board slideshow presentation. And in so doing, when you send me your works, you're telling me that that's okay for me to use the artwork and I can put it in a slide presentation. You can let me know whether you want me to use just your initials in your name or your first name. There's no prize that's going to be drawn for this. It's just a lot of fun, and I hope that you'll join me in on doing some of these mood boards to songs, our favorite songs. So yeah, just a little housekeeping for the types of images that can be used in the mood board. Please make them respectable, that they fit in the guidelines of YouTube's I guess parameters, that everything is, you know, not you're not being abusive, or, you know, the words are kind of like not swear words. So I know that there are some flavorful artists out there that use a lot of select words, so we want to kind of like keep it very a respectable type of make along. And if we could also respect the privacy of individuals, if you're deciding to, you want to put some imagery in there of people, please be respectful that that you have their permission to use their image, as well as yeah, if you're using outsourcing material as well, that you're not infringing on any copyrights, because we don't want to sort of, you know, step on any toes, or, you know, be in negative light on anyone in particular that we use in these mood boards. So just be respectful, please. So yeah, okay, so now I'm going to show you some of the mood boards. Now I've printed these off. I'm not sure how good they're going to show up on the piece of paper here, but I also will, if it doesn't work out, I'll put the actual digital image here on top as an overlay. So my first singer-songwriter started off as a country singer, and she's become a really iconic pop star right now. She's traveling, I think, on tour. She was in Australia recently, and it's Taylor Swift. So this is my mood board here, and I've put colors together. I put my line of her lyric on top, and I've chosen all these pastel-y rainbow colors. There's trips in the park that I'm getting, and I'm feeling vibes from a city and also in the backdrop. So it's sort of like an urban romantic scape. And yeah, so the song that I've chosen is from Taylor Swift, is called Lover. And the lyric that I put on there, if you couldn't read it, it says here, "And this is our place, we make the rules." I thought that was very empowering. I love the fact that these pastel-y colors really show some strength, even though that they are pastels and soft and very emotional kind of like looking images with colors. Yeah. So that color range that I chose, excuse the wrinkle here, I got my first bag. I was gifted some yarn. I'm going to try and get this out first, so you can hear me talking about the crinkles, by my good friend Z. Hi Z! And she has a YouTube channel I'll include down below in the link, so if you want to go across and take a gander at Z and see what she's up to, then you can find her there. And her YouTube channel is called Zelda NRJ3. So she gifted me her birthday yarn that she had dyed up by a yarn dyer called the Fiber Genie. And so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go with it. It's a DK weight yarn, and I'm going to use up this hank. Not sure about whether this little mini is going to get included in on the design that I've chosen, but that may come later. And the colorway is called Z's Groovy B-Day. I love it. I love it. And look at those colors. Sorry, you can't even see the colors that I'm waving it around and you can't see it. So we have rainbow colors in there. So everything like, you know, a tropical green, citrusy colors, lots of fun. Orange in there. There's a light cyan blue. And I'm getting all the birthday cake sprinkles So what yarn am I going to pair with it? So the piece that I've chosen requires a lot more yarn than just the one hank. And I've come up with a series of pastels. So just to help Z's hank here sing, I'm going to hold these two together because they're both fingering weight. So I'll get a nice rainbow effect marl happening. And intermittently, there will be Z's yarn that's going to be incorporated as well. So the yarn that I'm using is Yarn Art Flower, Rose Garden, sorry, from Yarn Art, in this color here, which has a number 302. And this one here comes from Hobby, and it's their Dolce Cashmere. I was trying it out with something, another project, but I ripped it back. It wasn't working for me, but this color will work with this project superbly. So I will be using this colorway, and it's called Pastel Rainbow. And this will be my pattern that I inspired from Taylor Swift's song. It's called Blooming Brioche. There's brioche in there, and it's very soft like the image. So it's got arrows of brioche. I can't show you the back. This pattern's not very, this image of the pattern isn't showing the whole stretch of the shawl, but it's like a huge chevron, and it's intermittently in stripes of brioche and garter stitch is my best description for it. So that will be the one that I'm going to be working on. And if time permits to do a second, I have another, actually I've got a few more to that are on the waiting kind of table of the queue. So that was Taylor Swift. This one here is from a band that was huge in the 60s and 70s, and they were the all male band from Liverpool, and they're the Beatles. And the song that I've chosen is called Octopuss's Garden. I think that's the name of the song. Yeah, Octopuss's Garden. And it says here Taylor Swift, but it's not. It's the Beatles. I just didn't, I didn't like correct my writing there. But here we've got purples and a corally color, oranges and red. And there's this nice kind of sagey green. So I just used the title of the song for this one, Octopuss's Garden, for the mood board. And I'm going to be using, if I get around to it in time, for this kind of mal, Hobby Tea Cakes, Rooibos colorway and English Breakfast colorway. So I'll show you. I did actually start this, but I didn't finish it. I just was testing out the colors. Funny enough, I found a pattern that was actually called Octopuss's Garden. So here it is here. And I won't be able to show you the rest of it because I think it's a paid for pattern as well. No, it's a free pattern. Okay. I've written my free pattern on there. So this is how the shape of it. I'm not doing a very good job here, am I? There's the shape. So it's like a boomerang. You start from a corner and you work your way down across, and each row gets bigger and bigger. And there's a detail in there that has a wavy type ripple, and that will be the pattern. The two colors that I've chosen are these two here. So the Rooibos is this one. It's more red, and it's the Hobby Tea Cake. And this one is the English Breakfast, and that's purple. So those are the two. And I'll just show you there we go. That is the visual of the mood board for the pattern. And this is what I got so far with the pattern. Not too much. I just started it just to get an idea of what the colors would look like and the shaping and the technique and the rhythm of the knit. It is a little bit, I'm going to say, interesting how the increases happen. So it's not as you would expect. I haven't gotten myself into the rhythm of understanding when the next row and what it will be doing until maybe a little further down the way. I might understand by looking at my knitting, but yeah, I'm not getting it so far. So I have to have the pattern in front of me. The next one that I have is called, okay, this is a band that I was introduced to, I'm going to say maybe early 90s. And it's a band from America. And the group is, well, it's a female singer vocalist, and her name is Mazy Star. She has kind of like more of the, it's like a gothic cowgirl vibe, and it's country, but has more R&B, relaxed kind of lounge feel to it. So this is my storyboard for Mazy Star, and the song that I've chosen is Fade Into You. It's been used in a lot of movies, that particular song. I just love her vibe. So what I've got here are a lot of country settings. There's sunsets, there's like dry, kind of like a hot summer in the Midwest or southern states that she's from. And we have, yeah, lots of like almost toasty fabrics and backing here that have been left out to weather in the sun. So I really like that earthy vibe that it's giving me in that one. The lyric that I chose from this song to put on my mood board is Fade Into You, Strange You Never Knew. Absolutely love it. So what I've got for my make, I'll show you the yarn first. Oh, excuse me. So I'm using 2 of my Dahlia cakes from Hobby, and this is a fingering weight. It's in the colorway called Chocolate Rose, and I will be crocheting something with this because I think Mazy Star is a bit of a goth, kind of a country goth, that I have chosen a pattern which is the same pattern designer as what Hank is wearing, the Yaggy Yagger, and I'm going to be doing the Opera Act 3. So again, that's by Yaggy Yagger. There's the little icon down there, and this is the Gothic style number that I'll be doing in the Hobby Cakes. Yeah, I think that'll be a nice piece. Again, first one will be the yarn that I'm going to be using up for Z's birthday that she gifted me, and then if any of these happen to fit into the schedule and fit into the time frame, then I'll be doing those. Last but not least is an Australian band, because I'm from Australia. I need to feature an Australian band, and they're a very contemporary band which I've been watching start off at festivals, and then a good friend of mine introduced me to them, and they've since launched many video clips that are so stylish and wonderfully like timely for the 1960s in style, but they're very modern, a very modern band, and it's called Lucious. And this is a storyboard that I made with all these pop art colors. There I'm seeing like animal prints, I'm seeing like wonderful colors. I've actually put like a dog and a cat in there as well. So the song that Lucia sings for this particular mood board is Next to Normal. next to normal, and I've added in the lyric from the song. I guess they couldn't picture how I don't fit into the frame. So I thought that was quite an interesting line of text. And I'm using 2 yarns for this. I know I should be doing more because it's such wild colors, but I just wanted to use these 2. And so I'm looking more to the tealy and ice blue in this fun palette. So I've omitted the orange, and there is like a purple in there as well. So I'm just sticking with the ice blue and the teal. You'll see why in a moment, because my pattern that I've chosen is, it's from Christopher Salas, and it's called Night Shift. This is a paid for pattern, so I don't think I can show you the other photos in here, but it does have geometric shapes. It's kind of a little psychedelic, like the Lucious group is, you know, reminiscent of all of the wild shapes and go-go kind of style backgrounds in their video clips. So I will be doing this one in these 2 colors. A little bit of a background on the colors. This was gifted to me, this teal color, which I think is called Aquarius, from Miss Babs. It's in a set called Caroline, I think. Or is that the name of the color? I have 2 things here. I have Aquarius on the label, handwritten, and then I have Caroline on there. So I'm not sure whether one's a base, one's the color, one's the group of colors, because it came in a set in a kit and it had different colors with it. And this was from a friend of the channel, Reese. Thank you so much. I am finally getting to use this, and I am adding in this ice blue, which gives me the cold vibes. I love it. So this is from Murray & Co. Wool Goods. That's the label there. And this one I purchased from a de-stash sale on Etsy from the Bearded Pearl. I got a few of the hanks from this dyer, and both equally soft, wonderful colors. And I think they're going to work up really nice in this slightly psychedelic styled, oh, I'm showing you the other side, styled shawl. Yeah. Awesome. So those are 4 examples of the mood board, Mal, for 2024 spring issue. And I hope that you get on board and that you'll get involved. Start thinking of songs, listening in your car when you're on, you know, working out in your craft room and you cranking up the music, or listening to the low tunes to get mellowed. Yeah, I'm inspired to see what you listen to, what emotions are evoked. You picking a line from the lyrics of the song and creating your own mood board to suggest maybe softness, like the one that I got from Taylor Swift, or something psychedelic like the one from Lucious, or something more gothic inspired and gothic country from Mazy Star. So these are emotions that I'm kind of bringing forth using music and transpiring it into color, and then transpiring it again into a make. So there are 3 things, and we're taking the journey that little further from December to this one here. So yeah, with that, I will conclude. And remember, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, on to the next video, which I will probably write some notes for and record, because there is some happy mail and there is some makes that I've finished. I'd love to show them to you. All right, bye.